Hello everyone, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're like me and live on the eastern side of the US, you have been enjoying perfect kind of weather for the fragrance that we're talking about today. Now we're talking about a brand new release from the designer Coach, and specifically Coach Green. If you're into all things men's fragrance, or in particular new fragrances, you definitely want to check out today's video. So we've got that and more coming up, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. So today we're talking about the brand new release by Coach called Coach Green. I am a fan of the color green. I guess you could say I'm part of the green gang, which is nominally better than gangrene. Pretty much following the primary color wheel, Coach has gone from their previous flanker, which is Coach Blue, in the blue genre, dove headfirst into the green genre with Coach Green. Now, green can be many things when it comes to men's fragrance. It could be anything from a fantasy note like green apple. It can be an herbaceous note like mint. And even on the vegetal side, it can be like something that evokes freshly cut grass or stems or leaves. What in particular is Coach Green? Now, before we kind of dive headlong into talking about the notes that make up the fragrance and which green kind of fragrance it is, let's first take a quick glance at the presentation. The Coach box is similar to previous Coach fragrances. The lettering is in silver and embossed, showing the Coach Stagecoach logo, and Coach New York Green Eau de Toilette, 3.3 fluid ounces or 100 ml. The sides of the box contain no information. On the very back of the box near the bottom, you've got some address and registration information, and on the very bottom you've got some various stickers and information, address information, a UPC, and the batch code, which is very long. It is 06N as in Nancy, 17N as in Nancy, 069. For those of you interested in checking checkfresh.com. The bottle by far is the best part of the presentation, as it is in most cases. You've got the kind of a charcoal looking silver at the top where the atomizer and pump is. Very good looking. There is no lid in this case as it is all exposed. The glass itself features the gradient dark at the top and the dark color green, getting lighter to transparent or clear at the bottom. And then of course you've got your iconic Coach tag in leather, and it is dark green, affixed with the chain attachment. So there you have it guys, this is Coach Green. Looks exactly like Coach Blue except it's green, and looks like the original Coach. The bottle style is exactly the same as all of the Coach men, with the exception of Coach Platinum, which is just silver. It's beautiful. I really like the presentation. A solid A in my book when it comes to just form factor, the way that it looks on the shelf, the way that it fits in the hand, is overall just really great. Now that we've talked about the presentation, what about what's in the bottle? What are the notes that make up Coach Green? The woody and fruity green eau de toilette opens with a refreshing top note of juicy kiwi and tangy bergamot, accentuated by aromatic notes of rosemary and geranium, and to finish on mineral crystalline and masculine cedarwood. I'm going to show a couple of sprays here. So it sprays a decent amount in one pump. I don't know why I just pumped 3 sprays there. So straight out the gate, you get a bright, fruity, lightly sweet, but mostly citric opening. And I'm telling you, it is a strong, fruity opening. But what it does brilliantly well, and it introduces the fragrance in the form of that sweet citrus, but then it commingles with rosemary and geranium immediately. In that that open is relatively brief. Then you get into the mid, which is a bit more spicy, a little bit more herbaceous, and definitely stronger, and that is the geranium and the rosemary combination. Combination of moss and cedar gives it this kind of even more green, woody bed with a base of herbaceousness, and again, this feeling of a very high-end kind of leather. Coach is no slouch when it comes to men's fragrance, and in particular, citrus fruity fragrances for men. They use the note of kumquat in the original Coach. Oddly enough, their Coach Blue fragrance, its primary focus is on the note of absinthe, which absinthe is a green note. And in fact, it kind of encompasses pretty much all those notes that we talked about, green being anywhere from herbaceous to lightly vegetal, even a little bit fruity. That's all encompassed by the note of absinthe. So it's interesting that they put a green note in Coach Blue, and in Coach Green, we have the note of kiwi, which is a very fruity, very almost bitter, sour, sweet. I feel like this fragrance is more on the side of a citrus herbal kind of fragrance, but it is also, again, a very nice kind of light leather fragrance too. It's just the combination of notes that give you that leather-esque sense. And so it's very refreshing and a fantastic addition to the Coach lineup specifically for warmer weather. This is going to be a great high heat fragrance. There's nothing heavy, there's nothing sweet, nothing like stultifying, nothing that's like overbearing that will overtake someone when you're wearing it in a high heat situation. In fact, the high heat is going to add to an already impressive longevity. This fragrance does last a good 6-7+ hours for me. The brief time that I've had it, it is really impressive in terms of how it performs. High heat's just going to add a bit more to that. I typically will look at several websites. I don't cater to Parfumo.net and vice versa. But I did notice that they've rated this an 8.1, and I happen to agree. There's nothing really dressed up about Coach Green. It's a pretty much altogether casual fragrance, similar to all of the Coaches for men. You can wear them dressed up. There's really nothing preventing you from doing that, but it's pretty much a wholly casual kind of fragrance. Right now, the price is impressive too for being as great of a fragrance as it is. Not been out for super long. It is still considered a new release, but you can get it at discounters anywhere from $37 to $70. FragranceNet.com has it for around $60 on their website, and you could check that out in the link below if you want to pick it up for a 100 ml bottle. EDT concentration, great sillage, fills a room, very voluminous. I'm very impressed by that. I really like it, and I think, again, it's a great addition to an already iconic lineup from Coach Green. Great price now that it's at discounters. Don't hesitate to pick this one up. An easy blind buy. Well, that's it for my first impressions of this new release Coach Green. If you've already tried it out, whether it's a sample or you own a bottle, and the bottles do come anywhere from 40 ml to 60 ml to 100 ml. So you've got several kinds of choices depending upon your budget. If you already own it and tried it out, let all of us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Guys, thanks so much for your time today. As always, thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. Gosh, it's so good to be back. Vacations are great. Coming back, even better. I'll see you tomorrow with another video review.